Did you miss this Kickstarter? I did. Well, good news is this wonderful $4.6 million Kickstarter, the best comic book Kickstarter, we still have access to be able to pick it up. Where do we end up picking that up? Well, over at Organic Price Books, where we have an option to be able to pick up the compendiums. And that's going to be all 4 different compendiums or other parts of the Kickstarter that we're interested into. But before you end up diving in or converting in to this video, we ended up going to be breaking down a few different options that you're going to end up having to be able to collect your Transformers. Before we transform over that way, let's talk about the channel sponsor, Organic Price Books, where you can use the code Afifthofjack to save $2 off. Or if you have 4 or more books, you can use the code Jacket Together to save 5% off your entire order instead. Let's transform. Let's talk about the Kickstarter compendiums that you're able to pick up here. So you get a couple different options that you can end up going. You could get the 1 and 2, or you could go Til All Are One. With Organic Price Books, you also have the options to get it with the stretch goals or without the stretch goals. If you don't get it with the stretch goals, you could end up saving a few bucks here and there. I think you save, well, like in this one, you save $10, but the Til All Are One, you saving a pretty good penny off, $50. And then you also have the option to be able to get both the Decepticon and the Autobot. So the stretch goals are going to be what you're being seeing that's going on through here. I don't know if this is going to have the gilding that's going to be on the pages or not, but it's an opportunity to be able to pick these guys up. Autobots are going to be in the red coloration, and the Decepticons is going to be in the purple coloration, especially if you get the Til All Are One boxes, where it has art featuring Daniel Warren Johnson doing either Optimus Prime if you get the Autobots, or Megatron if you get the Decepticon boxes. And then on the other side, it's going to have the art where it has a bunch of more of the obscure characters that you're going to end up being able to see. First and second volume are going to be the US stories, and then the 3 and 4 is going to be the UK stories that they end up having. It's important with the 3 and 4, they ended up having a little bit of extra room where they can include some of the mini stories such as Transformers vs. G.I. Joe will be found right in here. However, that content is going to not be able to be found in the other products that you can end up going with, which is the one that's coming out pretty soon, which is the Transformers Compendium, the trade paperback. This is going to be volume 1, so this is coming or slated to come out 5/28, but volume 2 is going to be dropping in this fall, so you can end up getting these runs not in such a premium version, but you can get the trade paperbacks. This is obviously featuring art from Daniel Warren Johnson as well on the cover, and so would volume 2, I believe. And it's also important to say that the UK version is going to be coming out next year. I'm assuming it's going to have a similar drop rate where one's going to be in the summer, one's going to be in the fall. But what the big difference is between those is those aren't going to have the little mini-series that you're going to be finding into the Til All Are One. Because the thing is the binding process with this soft trade paperback and the more premium, you can end up putting more pages into that more premium style. And that's why you ended up getting the Til All Are One having all those mini stories. So you got options that you can end up going collecting. If you didn't want to go with the super premium thing, you can still end up getting your Transformer fix, rather be in the compendium and having to be more patient with it. Now, Organic Price Books, it's going to have this for at least a few more weeks that you're going to be able to pick this up. So that's going to be something exciting to be able to pick up, especially with these compendiums. Like I said, these are going to be the most premium way that you're going to be able to get them, and you got any kind of options that you can end up picking it up. Which one is going to be right for you? Well, that's up for you to decide. If it was myself, well, I kind of ended up going up with the Grimlock one because I'm an Autobot. That's why we got the red stuff going on behind us, and that's why I'm going over with that, because I love Optimus Prime. I love the Dinobots. I'm a big Autobot fan. I know Omar over at Near Mint Condition is a Decepticon fan, so that's going to be going over with it. And it's also important to say, talking about Omar, it's important to say I used his live interview that he ended up doing with Sean from Skybound, breaking down what's going to be on there. I have a link down in the description down below of that interview where you can end up going over and seeing that for yourself. Now let's transform and final thoughts about this series. So this is going to be a premium way that you can end up collecting Transformers, and that's the route that we wanted to go because we wanted to get as much as we can because we never read that original stories that comes over with it. A big keynote that's going to be coming over with this is that the first wave of the compendiums or softcover compendiums is going to also include the Marvel type or Marvel characters as well, because they got the licensing for that for at least the first wave they were talking about, and there'll be another nice way to be able to collect it as well. If I didn't have the if I didn't have access to getting the Til All Are One box set, I probably would end up going that route. Was like I got access, or we got access to be able to do that, and this is going to be something that you can end up picking up, and you have options where you can end up having that Kickstarter still rewards being kicked over to you, or you can choose to forego those rewards and get a little bit of a discount on your set that you're looking for. Is this something that I would be picking up if I was a Transformer fan? Yes, I would. If I was a more casual aspect to it and I'm not so worried about having those little mini stories, I would probably end up slowly working over and getting those compendiums, the little soft cover compendiums. But ultimately, it is up to you to figure out what you want and what you want to be getting out of your books. Well, because it's your collection. Is this something you're interested into? Let us know down in the comments down below. And thank you for watching. And if you're liking the content put out, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon to be notified whenever we come out with new content. Thank you for watching, and until next time, roll out.